The envelope had sat unopened for 27 years, marked in Diana's handwriting, "For my youngest when he's ready." But no one was ever ready, especially not Charles. The letter had been found tucked behind a drawer in Diana's desk, wrapped in ribbon, never mailed, never spoken of. William had seen his, but Harry's? Charles couldn't bring himself to send it. He told himself it wasn't time, that it would only hurt more, that maybe Harry didn't want to hear her voice anymore. But the truth, he was afraid. Afraid that Diana's words would undo what little thread remained between father and son. But after the photo moment with William, something changed. Charles realized silence had already cost too much. He called his private secretary and asked for a courier, not Royal Mail, not a palace vehicle, just a single man with a gloved hand and an unmarked envelope. The letter reached Montecito in a plain package. Harry received it without ceremony. Just a note, "From your mother, with love." He held it for hours before opening it. When he finally did, it was like hearing her voice for the first time in decades. The letter wasn't long, just 3 pages, but it said everything. Diana wrote about his curiosity, his fire, the way he clung to her even in crowded rooms. "You always knew when I was hurting," she wrote. "You always tried to make me laugh. You had my heart from the start." She didn't mention the divorce. She didn't mention Charles. She spoke only of him, his kindness, his courage, and her fear that the world would try to change that. "Don't let them shape you before you shape yourself," she wrote. "And never forget, I saw you, every part." Harry sat with the letter in his lap for hours. He didn't call his father. But a week later, a note arrived at Clarence House. 4 words, no signature. Words. "No, she would have forgiven you." Charles read it once, then again. He folded it carefully, placed it in Diana's box, and for the first time in his reign, the king wept, not just for the woman he lost, but for the son he almost did. Next, the hidden tape, and Diana's final words that were never broadcast.